my mic is working, and we are going to test it, and we are going to see if you guys are able to see Steve and make sure that this is all good, this is all working, and we are live. So we are just testing the stream, and hopefully we get.
You're not live yet.
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to figure this out. So
Oh, okay.
it shows that I'm live and shows that I'm recording.
Okay. All right.
So I see you, see me. All right. Okay, this should be working.
Now you're on.
Now I'm on. See, there is a delay. Are you able to see yourself?
No, but I can see you.
You can see me.
I can see you, and I can barely. Then now I see. Now it switched to me.
All right. You're on. I can hear you. Now, you should be able to see both my cameras. Um, and let me see here. We're going to go ahead and minus that out. So we should be able to see you now, Steve. And they
Okay.
should be able to hear both of us. So,
Up. Now I see the split screen.
okay, good. So hopefully, what's up there, Rico? What's up, James? Let me know if you guys are able to hear Steve and hear myself on this broadcast. I want to see and make sure we are all good. And wanted to make sure that you're able to hear them and see them. So go ahead, Steve, say something. How are your sales, by the way? How are you doing on your sales?
Okay. I'm doing fine on my sales.
Okay, look into my
Uh,
camera over here, right here. Look into
oh,
this
okay.
camera.
Looking at the other camera.
Yeah.
All right. I'm sorry, guys, but anyway, we realize there's a delay here, and it's kind of confusing me because I'm on two screens also, and I'm talking to Henry over on the other screen, and I guess it's recording me, and then eventually you're going to respond that you hear me also.
Yeah, so everybody's giving it a thumbs up. Everybody can hear you. They can hear me now. Steve is
Okay.
loud and clear, Rico says. And hopefully I'm not too loud. Um, and so we're just trying to get this new program that I'm using to go with Skype because the integration is not as easy as people think it is, and that's what we're trying to do. So trying to get this so I'm able to do live broadcasts with other people and so forth. I wanted to actually show some keyword training that I'm going to do with another student, Steve. I have somebody else um, that is a student, and they talked about keywords and keyword training, and I'm going to show them Helium 10, how to find the keywords on Helium 10. I'm going to do it live here on YouTube.
Okay.
So it's going to be uh, next week. It's going to probably be most likely on Tuesday. I'm shooting for when we go live. Um, and I want to get into some training to where I'm actually doing some training and going from there. So,
Okay.
but I want to make sure everything is set up, everything is good before I do that. So tonight we're just kind of just um, we're just here BSing, having a good time, and Steve, I'm gonna come up and see you. Steve is in Florida, and I already bought my tickets to come up and see you. So, and at the same time, yes, James, is this going to be a recording? Most likely. This one right here, we're just testing.
We're
So
playing.
I'm probably going to delete this. Um, but on Monday night, definitely is going to be a recording. So um, And glad that you guys are able to join us today. It's a Friday night, and I was just figuring, you know what, we'll go ahead and get on and test this before next week. And I'm glad we did because obviously we had some issues on earlier, and you know, now things are better. Now it seems like it's recording, um, and it seems like it's working fine with a little bit of tweaks. So, what's up there, Craig? Steve is loud and clear. Rico says.
Good.
So, welcome, guys. I appreciate you guys coming on. And, you know, I did get a brand new MacBook Pro. I set everything up and trying to get this taken care of. Also, next week I am going to be in Las Vegas for the weekend from Friday on to probably Tuesday. And I might, if I can set things up, set it up in my hotel room and go live um, over the weekend. So we will see. We will find out. If not Monday, I'll try to go live. So
Are you going to be in a Sinatra suite?
I'm actually going to be in a very nice room, and yes,
Yeah.
I'm going to be living
Okay.
it up in Vegas.
Oh,
So
good for you.
yeah, yeah. So how are things going as far as your sales, Steve? I'm going to let you talk a little bit here, but how are things going?
Yeah, I mean, my sales they're good. Um, I want to say they're steady. My only peaks and valleys that I'm finding out is trying to keep up with Amazon's warehouse as far as sending my products in. I'm finding out that there's quite a delay even after they receive the products. And during that time span, until they actually make your products live, um, I thought that was an immediate thing. That once you see that it's live, I've learned over the past few months that that's not exactly true. Um, you could say they could say that they're live when in fact they're in some type of limbo uh, before they are turned on active, and that could take. I guess it depends on each warehouse location. It can take 3 or 4 days in some cases, and I'm finding by my sales report that there's my peak and valley. It's not my fault. It's not me. It's a learning process to figure them out more than anything. But for everyone that's out there, uh, beware of it because it is changing. It seems like they're constantly throwing another wrinkle in. Um, it's not exactly active instantly as it has been in the past. There are some delays, and it will affect your sales. And I got down on myself for quite some time until I figured this out. Uh, when in fact it's them, not me.
Right.
Uh, but overall, um, uh, the the biggest thing that I've learned is feed the beast. That's the best way I can describe. It's a nice problem. Don't I'm not complaining, guys. It's a nice problem, and fortunately, with Henry's help, I've got all my feet to the point that it's become steady, dependable, and it's what we all look for. Um, and here again, I mean, hats off to the guru here, Henry. Uh, but it's nice sharing so much with him and kind of helping each other along. I've helped him a little bit with some of my back end investigations on keywords and stuff like that, and we're sharing a lot, and it really helps tweaking our listings. And after we've done that, I think his sales and my sales were affected positively. And going forward, it's nice to wake up in the morning and actually look to see what you sold overnight.
Yeah, that's that's the exciting thing is you're able to check out your sales and just got another sale. As a matter of fact,
Yeah.
so um, yeah, have sales before you even wake up in the morning, and that's a good thing. Let me see here. Rico Garcia says, "What part of Florida are you coming to?" I, Steve, I mean, you know that area better
Yeah,
than I
that's
do.
it's North Florida up near Jacksonville. It's actually why do I keep saying San Antonio? That's in Texas.
Yeah,
St. Augustine.
St.
That's it.
Augustine.
St. Augustine area, which is right near the Golf Hall of Fame. It's a nice, quaint little town. Um, got a nice shopping district, a lot of restaurants. Yeah, it's a nice area. It's very touristy, like a lot of things.
Right.
But I'm sure I'm looking forward to seeing Henry in person, and but I'm sure we're going to enjoy ourselves, and it's a nice area.
Well, I'm taking the whole family up there. My sisters are going to be going. One of my sisters lives in Florida, and so I'm taking my other sister and her husband and her kids, and taking. Well, we're going with Courtney and bringing my mom along. So you're going to meet the
Uh,
whole family pretty much. And what I would like to do is do like a live broadcast in Miami, or I'm sorry, in Florida, and I hope they have jet skis there because you know
yeah,
I love jet skis, and I think we plan on uh, taking taking that and going uh, and enjoying the East Coast water. So
okay. Hopefully, it'll be a warm East Coast water.
yeah, I know you guys have the hurricanes that just passed by, and I think there's another one that's on its way, right?
Yeah, it's going to bypass us again.
Oh,
They
okay.
We just got the latest, which is fine with me. Uh, I paid the price dearly last year. We got hit pretty well last year with a good one, and but the ones this year seem to be passing us by so
Oh,
far.
nice.
But I'm also going to clean up my wife and bring her along with me. So
Oh
so
man,
hopefully we're going to have a good time.
she's probably saying totally opposite of what you just said. So don't know how
Well,
lucky we are. We have beautiful women
she
right
wants
next to
to
it.
jet ski also, but she said only on the back of mine.
Oh, okay.
She will not go on with you.
Oh, well,
We're
we're
and you're
just
the
gonna
experience.
glide along. Yeah, and, just want to check out the scenery. So
Okay, okay, sounds good.
Rico says he knows exactly where that is. Oh, awesome. So, but so the sales have been pretty good. Are you ordering? What is your? Oh, okay. I think James had asked how long you've been selling. Um, yeah,
Wow.
James asked how long you've been selling. So let's answer that question for him.
All right. I guess overall, it's been about 4 years, James. I started out like most people on eBay. I started out with there was a course back then years ago called, I think it was called, was it Retail Domination or
Oh,
something Domination?
DS domination.
Yes. I originally started out with DS Domination. And
That was retail arbitrage.
yes, it truly was.
Yeah.
And somewhere along the line, um, after being frustrated with that, because it was frustrating, the model is not repeatable. And what happens is it takes time to figure this out. A very, very, very low margin. However, it's a learning process, and during that time, I was grasping for knowledge, and somehow uh, I found out about Henry, and he was selling a different course back then. It wasn't the A to Z course.
No.
It was something else. It was basically an Amazon course. Uh, But I made a phone call. He actually had a phone number even back then. And I called the phone number, and to my surprise, this guy Henry picks up the phone, and I started telling him my situation, and he says, "Well, you got to graduate into Amazon." And I shared all my pitfalls that I thought I was going to come up on, and he said, "No, you got to take the jump because you're going to like Amazon's platform much better than eBay." Uh, and at that time, I also purchased a course from him back then. Uh, I was so excited because the modules were very similar to what he sells now, the A to Z, with all the videos and all the information and PDFs and all that kind of stuff. And I was just a sponge for the knowledge. I just wanted to learn more and more and more. And then as I graduated into Amazon, I let the eBay thing go to the wayside. The eBay was basically anything I couldn't sell on Amazon, I'd try eBay. That's about it. That's about the extent of it today. I hardly do anything on eBay. But Amazon's model is so much superior to eBay. And after learning the ropes and making a lot of mistakes along the way, like most people, um, I was basically just treading water, just getting by, and just kept trying and trying and trying, and like most people, until you find that product, you're going to make some mistakes along the way, but you learn from everything. I know I did, and then finally it just started to click, and then uh, in communications with Henry and getting the A to Z course on top of that, it was so much more tuned in, dialed in information that I was really lacking in the past. And once I went through that then I knew that this was it. I just would not give up, and I just kept on going. And then fortunate enough that that I got picked. Uh, Back then, he was doing something along with myself and another student. I got picked as he was going to be my mentor, basically, and uh, do some sales together, do some products together, and
Yeah, and that's what I mean. One of the biggest issues and biggest problems is when you have an experienced seller. Um, um, that the experienced seller tends to kind of do what they're going to do. And one of the things that I wanted to test was I ended up getting a brand new person that is selling on Amazon, and I was able to get an experienced seller selling on Amazon, and coach them side by side. Basically, every day we pounded it. We just went out there and did what we needed to do, picked the product, got the product, and unfortunately, the new seller had some other personal issues. I'm not going to get into that, but they just kind of dropped out of the program. And
yeah.
then Steve stuck around, and I started coaching Steve, and so what would you say the sales before you met me and after you met me and after we've gone through the training and what have the sales increased for you, or they stayed the same, or they
Oh God, it's like day and night, because until until you actually go through, uh, you're like a boat without a rudder. You have to have some structured type of course, mentor, whatever, to try to do this alone. Uh, Even now, I would not want to try to do it alone. I don't think you can do it alone
yeah.
because Amazon has made it. The only people left doing Amazon are the ones that know what they're doing. These other people out there that are selling these so-called courses, and they range in price from a couple dollars to thousands and thousands of dollars. They're like snake oil salesmen compared to Henry. Um, I don't want to mention the name of another course that I took along the way. I was a course junkie, meaning that I wanted knowledge. I you know, but after the 1 year anniversary of that expensive course, I found out the hard way that basically my year was up and now they wanted more money to renew to take me further. And I'm thinking to myself, wow, I wish I had known this in the beginning. And to actually get in touch with somebody, no, that's impossible. That was impossible till I met Henry. I mean, the fact that he puts a phone number out there every night when he talks to myself and the other people, you don't realize until you've been through it like me. That's a godsend. He's the only one doing that. You cannot reach these people because they're making more money selling a course than they ever make on Amazon.
Yeah,
It's obvious.
they're not true Amazon sellers. I mean, they are there just to sell the course and get your money. And it, you know, anybody who's out there, try to purchase a course, but before you do that, make a phone call to them and see if you can contact them. And one of the things that I do on all my YouTube videos is I put my phone number on there. That phone number is a direct number to me, and it's in the title. I put it in every single title. And I want people to contact me so they know that you know, I'm a real person. I've been doing this for 12 years. And so there's, there's a lot of companies out there that charge a lot more than what I charge on my course. But at the same time, I give results. And one of the things that I like to do is show results, get results, and what have you. So even like Steve, like this week, I believe James Hancock, he is also a member, and I'm going to promote his product. He's a brand new seller. He is just putting his stuff out on Amazon, and I gotta get with him over the weekend. I'm gonna talk to you, James, over the weekend, and we're going to promote your product, and we are going to. But before we do that, I want to show everybody on Amazon um, how to do keyword research for it. So, what I plan on doing is scrutinizing your listing. He already has his listing up. I'm going to tell you what you can improve on. I'm going to tell you how to put the correct keywords into your listing to when you do an automatic campaign that it is going to find your listing. I'm going to show you hidden keywords that you don't even think about, that you don't even that's not even in your listing. And I can almost guarantee it's not in your listing because um, what I do and what I'm going to show you guys, and I think I'm going to do this on Tuesday. Monday I'm extremely busy, but Tuesday I want to show you guys how I do this through a little bit of training, just like we're doing. You know, I want to do this on Skype, so I'm able to show my screen and show you guys
Yeah.
exactly how to do this. Now, a lot of guys won't do it. They won't show you how to do this. And one of the biggest things is keywords. You have to have great keywords in order for your product or your listing to be found. And that's one of the things that I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to show you for free how I'm able to do that. So, James, I'm going to get back with you. James is an older gentleman, and he's just starting out, and he just put up a listing. And what I did is I ended up purchasing one of his products because I believe that I give support where there's support needed. So I went ahead, I purchased the product, and what I'm going to do, and hopefully I get this product by the weekend, Steve. And so what I'm going to do is I am actually going to, let me see if I can pan over real quick. There is the light box. I'm going to show you how to take the pictures um, in the light box itself to where you better your pictures and they look really nice and professional. And then also, what we're going to do is we are going to critique your listing. I'm going to tell you what keywords are missing. I'm going to show you um, the number one product for what you are selling, your competitor. We're going to take a look at his keywords, what he is doing, and we're going to use Helium 10. I think that is a really, really good research tool. And so
Mm-hmm.
I want to be able to use Helium 10 for that, and the reverse ASINs and so forth. I won't get into a whole lot on that, but for those of you that are striving for keywords and trying to figure out how to put these keywords in for automatic campaigns and manual campaigns, I'm going to show you how to do that. So, James, be ready because I want to be able to show you. And then also, what I'm going to do is we're going to put James' product out there here on YouTube for you guys to turn around and buy the product and leave him a nice review and help him out and get him
Yeah.
established. Because a huge part of a brand new seller is making sure that you have support, you have sales, and sales drive your BSR ranking down. And that's exactly what you want, what has to be done. So it says the stream quality has been lowered. Okay, well, I guess my internet's not fast enough. Is my picture okay? Am I breaking up here? Because I just want to make sure because it's just telling
Uh,
me,
I think it's the movement, Henry.
okay.
It was probably your expressions and all. It's more the movement. I think the quality's back now.
Okay, so the
I
quality is good. Okay, yeah, another siren going on. I swear these guys like to turn their sirens on at the worst possible time. And I think they put their sirens on so they can go have dinner and get through traffic fast. I don't know. I'm just saying. But it happens to me every single time. And I'm still here at my office, by the way. I'm about ready to leave real quick. But um, yeah, so that's what I plan on doing. I plan on doing that and getting that taken care of. James says, "Okay, I'm ready." So yeah, perfect. I am going to make a phone call. We are going to try to get this set up, and we're gonna try to show people through some training, and I'll do this live as I'm doing it, so there's no tricks or anything. And it should be interesting. I should have a lot of people on just because they want to know about keyword research and so forth. Um, but so, Steve, I mean, as far as your end, you're all good. Everything is sales are good now.
yeah, I say this. He's tired of hearing it, but he's going to continue to hear it for a long time. I think. I can't tell you how much this man has changed my life. I can't thank him enough. I keep telling I'm going to buy him a nice dinner when I see him. Uh, but until you latch on and gain the knowledge, that's important. You are just I don't know. You're by yourself. I don't feel like I'm by myself at all anymore. And now I feel confident. I don't want to come off as cocky, but I feel like I've learned the ropes now. I feel like my next move, um, I feel sure of every move I make now
There, there,
because
there's a difference between somebody learning. and picking up the knowledge. And you always want to learn from the best. You always want to learn from somebody who's been doing it for a while. Um, and so for me, it's rewarding when people do come into Tech Daddy videos and they purchase the package. I'm not just selling the package just to sell the package. I want people to get into this package so they can learn. And if you're frustrated about selling on Amazon, or you went out there and you tried Amazon and it didn't work for you, that's because you're doing something wrong. It's not so much, um, it could be bad product, it could be lack of knowledge and knowing. And Steve will tell you that it is not just a matter of, okay, I'm going to sell on Amazon and that's it. No, it's picking the right product, it's selling on Amazon, and it's knowing what to do after you put your listing up on Amazon itself.
You
What
know,
do you?
I want to point this out. When I first met Henry, um, I was already into a product, and as soon as he saw and I told him the product, he said I made a big mistake, and he told me straight out. He said, "Look," he said, "I'm going to help you." He says, but you're in a field that is too competitive, and obviously I thought that my product would stand out from everyone else's. Uh, it did not, and he predicted it. But he was nice about it. He said, "Look," he says, "you made a mistake. Let me help you correct your mistakes." And that's where the knowledge started to grow. I totally understand where he was coming from, and that particular product that that I started out with came from a suggestion from someone else's course. People need to understand that. And by the way, when I got back in touch with them and saying this is not working, well, I didn't get any support. It was like, well, you need to try something else then. No, no. I mean, first of all, you couldn't reach these people, and then the people that you reach, they're just understudies of the real person, and that real person is selling trips to China now. To go visit a manufacturer in China.
And let
What
me
good's
let,
that going to do?
and let me tell you, I've never been to China. Not that I don't want to go, but I feel like I can save the $7,000 or $8,000 of going to China and meet a supplier, um,
Yeah,
and get
what's that going to
a small discount, because that's basically what you're going to get. Yeah, you can go out there and build a relationship, but the fact of the matter is, if I was to do this and I was to go to China, I would be there for months, not so much days, because you are able to go out and try to find products in different cities or different regions and get the best price possible. But I mean, you can do that on Skype. I mean, as
yeah, the phone or
yeah, exactly, as well as so um, Rico says, is there an app that lets you know when you have to sell on your phone? Well, the Amazon app tells you when you sold a product and
yeah.
tells you that you have, and that's merchant fulfilled. And that app will tell you you need to ship a product out. And then you're able to see your inventory and so forth like that. But Rico, I don't know if that's what you're trying to get at. Hopefully, um, yeah, that's it. The Amazon app is what I use, and now the Amazon app, you have to use that in order to contact seller support. They have to call you back, but you have to go through the app for that. So,
Yeah, yeah, that's another story.
yeah,
This is a guys, this is all a learning process that without the knowledge of people like Henry, eh, eh, you're going to go through a lot of pitfalls, and you know this guy's going to help you sort your way through it, and that's a real asset. And until you've had a couple expensive failures, you don't realize that. Uh, but even the failures, I will say, every time I learned something. Now, I'm fortunate that I'm retired, and to me, this is just something that I picked up. I looked at it as starting out like, gee, if I could just make a car payment a month, I'd be thrilled to death.
Yeah.
Well, I still feel that way, but I enjoy it. I enjoy it now more than I ever did. I mean, it's to me, it's just I can do this. I can beat this. I feel confident now, and believe me, the car payment thing. I mean, I don't even think about that anymore. It's just it's I can do this,
Yeah,
and it's work.
that's because it's beyond that point now to where you're
Yeah,
making quite a bit more money. Rico Garcia says, when your phone dings, you have a sale? A sale? Yes, I do.
yeah.
Uh, and
He dings a lot.
yeah, um, on the average, I can sell anywhere from 100 to 200 units a day. That's merchant fulfilled. That's not talking Amazon's FBA program. We sell quite a bit more there. But you don't get the alerts there. You get the alerts on your merchant fulfilled, and that's the way it's set up. So, uh, you know, I like to just leave my stuff over the weekend. I make sure that when I do merchant fulfill, that my inventory is up there, maybe 30 units per product, and keep it up there. And so I'll never run out over the weekend because from Saturday to Sunday, well, I can check it and I'm almost down to zero. And then I would just go ahead and increase it back to another 30 units and sell another 30 units before Monday. And I think Steve does the exact same thing. We got that pretty much chimed down now, Steve, to
Yeah,
where Steve is constantly watching his um, his products, and we know if somebody gets onto Steve's account or where they
yeah,
piggyback, and we've had a few people that have tried to do that,
yeah. It's
and
happened. We've shared it. We've had some people that have tried and dealt us some blows, so to speak, but we're both on it.
yeah,
But I'll give a little testimonial of this past summer. I believe we both went on vacation about the same time.
yes, I was in Italy and you were somewhere else.
Yeah, I was going home to Pennsylvania
Oh, okay.
to my family, and he kept telling me, he said, look, he said, we're getting near the peak season. Build up your inventory, get it in there, get it in there. Well, guys, at this point, I was just, how can I put it? Financially, I was just able to keep up. I was just able to keep up. And what I did is I kept reinvesting so I could buy more and buy more and buy more. Well, I said to him before I left, I said, look, I'm going to be going 3 weeks. I think I have enough product in Amazon's warehouses to last 3 weeks. And he just said to me, what do you got? And I told him, he says, it ain't going to work. It ain't going to work. Okay. But that's all I could afford at the time. I was like, geez, what am I going to do? Well, the guys, to tell you the God's honest truth, that product was gone in 10 days. It was gone in 10 days. And I'm like, I'm on vacation and I'm calling a supplier reordering. Am I
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Yeah,
I was
and
reordering product.
he called the supplier to get it reordered, and it took, I think, probably what, less about a week for you
Yeah,
to get it to your place,
yeah,
and you were on your way home to try to meet up with the UPS guy.
yeah, yeah. I'm actually, I had a delivery. I had boxes by my door when I pulled in, and I just couldn't wait to get them open and and fill orders and get them shipped out, and that's how it went. And I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute, stop complaining. You are so lucky to be able to be in this position.
Yeah,
Yeah. But
Be-
that's what happened
yeah,
because
because
once it clicks, and he said to me, once it clicks and your sales start to grow, your BSR starts to drop, people get to know you, you build up customer support, people write in reviews and things like that. It's like a snowball going downhill. It just all of a sudden you realize, wow, this thing can really work, and that's what happens.
yeah,
Yeah.
Steve Brand says, "How do you all sell so much?" Well, I'm going to tell you my personal how I'm able to sell a lot. Okay, is the fact of the matter is you have to know what you are selling, and that particular product. I always test. I have my Amazon A to Z course, and I give out a product of the month every single month, and I've been doing it since 2018. So all my members, once they purchase the Amazon A to Z course, they have access to all the products that I sell. I do research on it and what have you. And I'm going to tell you, this month in September, I have not put a product of the month out yet just because my computer went down and I was not able to gather the information that I needed to feel comfortable, um, putting out a product of the month. So I did tell them in November, November 1st, they will have two products that they're going to be able to sell. Um, so I'm sorry, not November's, September. And so I want to make sure that they have or October, but I want to make sure that they have their products and they get what they're paying for. Not the fact that they don't have products to sell. They can go back all the way from 2018 and pick up those products if they want. But I do give out a product of the month every single month, and it's a new product. I do the research on it, and I want to make sure that it's a good product before I put it out there to my members. Now, to answer your question, how do you why or how you sell so much? It's easy. It's experience. And I think that's where Steve is getting into now, where he recognizes a product, and when he does recognize that product, that he knows it's a good product or it's not a good product. So,
Yeah.
uh, you know,
Quick.
and that's where you kind of have to be careful, because we've looked at some other products, and we said, yeah, let's go ahead. This is a good product. But when I did the numbers, checked with the suppliers, it didn't make sense. It was just too close. The margins weren't good enough. So I like to do margins of not, making a profit of 10% or 5%. I'm interested in 100%, 200, 500% um, in, in any of my products, because I just feel the more money that you can make, the better off that you're going to be as a seller. And so you have to recognize and make sure that you take care of your customers. You have to take care of your customers. I have a 4.8 out of 5 stars on my feedback on my account, and I mean I get 5 stars all day long. Steve gets 5 stars on his products because
Yeah.
he goes that extra mile to go out there and send that product out early, and also there's a few other things that I taught him to do, to where
Yeah.
he's um, getting in contact with the customer, making sure the customer is happy, along with customer going out there and leaving feedback and reviews. And that's important because when you start selling and you're doing campaigns, the campaigns is pushing your product, but at the same time, Amazon rewards you if you have excellent feedback and excellent um, matrix on your account. So, I'm sure you can justify for that, Steve.
Oh God, yes. Yeah, in fact, both of us, we have returns. It infuriates both of us because a lot of the returns, God bless Amazon. That's how they built their their model. It doesn't matter what's wrong with the product. The customer's going to return the product. You're going to eat the product. I mean, and you just have to know that on the front side. Like the best thing to do, grin and bear it, uh, make up for it with increased sales, return the money to the customer as quickly as possible, and turn that negative into a positive. That even some comments I got like, hey, this product didn't work out for me, but I've had people that said, but the guy was in touch with me right away, refunded my money. uh, I would deal with him in a minute. I mean, they're the kind of comments you want. uh, but
Right.
hopefully your sales will offset that.
Right, because if you go out there and you satisfy the customer, maybe the customer changed their mind, or or they found it cheaper somewhere else. They're going to go ahead and they're going to buy that product, and they're going to turn around and say, "Hey, look, here's a return request or what have you." And you always want to accommodate them, because as soon as they return the product back to you, if it's all in good standings and what have you, you credit their account, and really Amazon doesn't penalize you for it as long as they put down the customer changed their mind, which they have every right to do. And what
Yeah,
people don't realize is Amazon has a 100% money back guarantee.
yeah,
And so they're
you're
going
part of it.
to give them their money back regardless. And if you don't do it, a customer has that option to file an Amazon A to Z claim. You do not want the Amazon A to Z claims on your account whatsoever. So, in order to prevent that, just give them their money back, have them send the product back to you, and you can always resell the product. If it's not damaged, resell it. Why not? I mean,
Yeah,
it's only going to help. If you guys think that our live video is pretty decent, at least just give us some thumbs up. Appreciate that. If you guys give Steve thumbs up, myself a thumbs up, and that helps us out with our live videos. I know we've been going on for 48 minutes. I didn't plan for us, Steve, to be on this late, but sale just came in, Steve.
yeah. How about that?
So,
Tell another story. Wait a minute. Let me interrupt you.
oh,
What
okay.
was it?
Hold on. Before you say that thought, IC says, "Do you use WeChat to communicate with suppliers?" The answer is yes. You want to get personal with them, and you want to be able to maybe use Skype to contact them, but say, "Can you contact me through WeChat?" And so, if you're able to
Yeah,
contact them
whatever.
through WeChat, then you are able to, have a call just like this and talk to your supplier face to face. Okay, so Steve, you were going to say something, and I
Yeah,
really
I don't
interrupted
have
you.
my cell phone set up like Henry does the ding, but I do have a story that just the other day, my wife and I were in the dentist office, and we're both sitting there, and I'm going through my email, and my page of the email said everything was like Amazon contacted me that I sold another product. And
Nice.
I said, I turned over to her. I said, look at this. How nice is this? Here we are at a dentist that I know is going to empty my wallet. Every time you go to a dentist, you're going to hurt. You're going to hurt before you go and you hurt when you leave. But anyway, at least I'm sitting there and I'm saying to myself, look at this. Look at how many things I've sold while I'm sitting here. I'm telling you, it changed my life.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the beauty about it. The beauty about it is you are doing something else, and
There it goes.
yeah, exactly. You're doing something else, and then all of a sudden, you get a sale. And when I tell you that I do 100 units to 200 units a day, you're talking minutes from the time that it's not it's what going on 7:30, and I'm still getting orders coming in. Now that's orders, possibly for the weekend. And the nice thing about it is, if you get your order on Friday, then you don't have to ship it out till Monday. But the
Right.
fact of the matter is that you have orders ready for Monday, and so honestly, I didn't even think about it, but I have orders that I still have to take to the post office, and
Wow.
I didn't realize this, but um, let me see here. I think I might be able to show you guys. Well, no, that's on that one. So hold on one second, guys. Hold on one second. I have this here, but I have literally two bins full, full.
Yeah.
I'm talking full, that I have to send out to the post office. I didn't I didn't catch it on time, just because I was a little late. They have this new policy now to where they close the doors at 6:30, so I didn't make it to the post office. But tomorrow morning, I have to take those out and get them out there to my customers. And it's amazing that when I come in and I go to the post office, they all know me. They all know who I am, and they have
My
a special
UPS
bin.
guy knows me.
They have a special bin sitting right there and saying, "Here, just throw your stuff in there," because they have to scan each and every one. And when you're taking in six of those, and you're looking at over 100 just different packages, um, and that's just for in the morning, and then in the afternoon, I'm coming back before 5 o'clock, taking another 100. It's a good feeling, because you know that you're selling the right product, for one, people are buying it, for two, and the sales are constant, and just going and going. Hello, John. How are you? John just said hello to you, Steve.
Oh,
So,
John.
yeah, John Ramir.
Yeah.
And James says, dude, does the customer pay for shipping? Yeah. A lot of the shipping that I get for Merchant Fulfilled, and here's the beauty about it, and I think James or Jim went out there and he upgraded his account to um, the professional account. So on his listing, when we were looking at the listing itself earlier, um, I didn't know and I didn't really think about it. He's a new seller, and didn't sell much. But at the same time, he turned around and said, "Hey, I signed up for the professional account," and he goes, "Now I can change my shipping settings." And I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
I was under the impression, because there's a lot of changes now for new customers, that you get the default setting and that's it. But I didn't realize that he wasn't paying for the professional account. Now he pays for the professional account. Now he's able to get into that and do his automatic campaigns and his manual campaigns. And I don't want him to do the automatic campaigns yet, or the manual campaigns, until we do our training on Tuesday. So I'm hoping to get him on Tuesday. We are going to, once again, we are going to get his listing. I'm going to critique his listing live here on YouTube. And what I'm going to do is I am going to show him his competitors, his competitors' uh, keywords, and we are going to find out the keywords that he is not using. We're going to add that into his listing and so forth. So it's going to be pretty exciting. And let me see here. John says, what do you recommend, Helium 10 or AMZ Scout for product research? Um, Look, I'm going to show you guys live on Tuesday, and I'm going to be using Helium 10. I'm going to show you how powerful that is for keyword research. And I like it. I'm an affiliate for them. I'm going to tell you that right now. You guys can go to techdaddyvideos.com, and I have Helium 10 on there as a page. You can click on that and try it out if you like. That's just a little plug that I'm doing right now. But I have quite a few programs that I am an affiliate for, and I do use them. But in this particular training, John, I am going to show you how powerful Helium 10 is, and I'm going to show Jim and change. We're gonna show him, how to change that listing and make sure that that listing is good. And that's going to improve his sales. I can almost guarantee you that.
Yeah.
Once we do that,
Uh,
and Steve, you work with Helium 10, so
yeah.
I mean,
I,
what.
I like Helium 10. I use a feature. There's a profit thing on Helium 10 that when you put in the cost of your product, you can what you do. There's an inventory section there where you actually enter in the cost of each product you sell, and they calculate based on your sales what your product is every day. They send you an email every day and tell you how much money you made. But I also like to click on it,
Yeah.
and I'll click on it and I'll say, well, gee, I made this much money today. And guys, I want to point something out. Every time Henry shows me how much he ships out, I get so like,
Yes.
oh my God, that's overwhelming.
Yeah.
But just put yourself where I was and say to yourself, let's just say you only made $10 or $20 a day. And I just want to throw that out there. Don't think that you're going to be Henry.
Yeah.
It's that's probably not going to happen. Or I'll still reach for it. I'm not there, but how much would 10 or even $20 a day change your life? Look at it that way. Every day while you're sleeping, if you only made $10, well, do the math. That's $300. $300 will buy you a car. Or let's say, then you say to yourself, oh, I've done three. I know I can make $20 a day. $20 a day is nothing. But you look at it that way, and that's what makes you grow. Take $20 a day, times that by 30, and say $600 a month. Everybody here, tell me how much $600 a month would change their life.
Yeah.
I bet most of the people in the room would say, oh my God. And you're not working. This is fun. At least I look at it that way.
Yeah. And
People
whoever gave me
get
the
that.
thumbs down, I appreciate it. Thank you. I mean, it just kind of tells me that when I go out and I give out this information, it's just something that I like to do. Is I like to share what is going on. I'm not here boasting about my sales, but I want you to understand that I've been doing this for over 12 years now,
Yeah.
and I still continue to do merchant fulfilled because I have a product that I make a lot more money doing merchant fulfilled, and I have 85% of my stuff is fulfilled by Amazon. Now, people ask all the time, what is better, you know, fulfilled by Amazon or merchant fulfilled? It just depends what you're selling. How much profit can you make off of it? If you know, if it's something that's, you know, anywhere from the $15 and under range, then you know, you know that you're going to be spending $4 when you send that product in every single uh, every single time to Amazon's FBA. And so um, I get this all the time in my YouTube videos, and I don't get upset about it, but I just feel like we give out so much valuable information, and you know, there's people out there that follow me, and there's some that will always give me a thumbs down, and I do appreciate the thumbs up, and that's just your honest opinion. You know, if you don't like what I'm saying, and I always tell this to anybody, if you do not like what I'm saying on my YouTube channel, get off, unsubscribe. It would
Yeah.
be better for all of us if they do that. And so, you know, I don't have to be on a Friday night. I mean, my girl is still waiting for me to get home, and this is the dedication that I give, that Steve gives. Steve is 3 hours ahead,
Yeah, you're
so
my bedtime now.
yeah, it's 10:30 his time right now, but he's out talking to you. And the nice thing about it is we've been on live for about an hour now. And the fact of the matter is that I'm excited to do a little bit of training, some live training. And I know there's a lot of people out there that are going to be waiting and ready for this. And so, you know, AMZ selling info, I have that on there for you. And it says, do you recommend using a software for keyword, or is it a campaign? No, Helium 10, and I'm going to show you guys on Tuesday how I go out there and get the keywords from the competitors and everything else using Helium 10, and then using that for your campaigns. So you're going to be able to see my screen. We'll be able to show you guys that live, and we're going to be doing that to Jim's listing. Also, I'm going to be promoting Jim, his product on Tuesday, just to help him out, and we want to get his sales up. At the same time, this is what I look for. I can care less about sponsored ads. You have to do it. What I am shooting for James is organic sales, because that's where you make your money, right, Steve? You could
Yeah.
promote Amazon pay per click all day long, but as soon as you start getting organic sales, watch out. You got a huge boulder rolling downhill, and guess what? The sales don't stop unless you run out of product.
Yeah. True.
You know, so uh, AMZ Selling gives you a thumbs up. Adele says, Henry, no, you know, Adele says, Henry, don't worry about haters. We love you. I appreciate it. You know, and that's just, I, I, I kind of take it offense. I take offense to it sometimes, and I shouldn't, because there's a lot of people out on YouTube. They're gonna watch what they're gonna watch, but at the same time, it's like you try to be as honest as you can. You try to help out people as much as you can. That's me, and you know, I want to make sure that, I mean, I have followers. I have 23,000 followers on this YouTube channel, and so there's a lot of people that come in and watch me, and I'm gonna tell you right now, for me going live on a Friday night is unheard of. But I wanted to try this new software out, and at the same time, I wanted to get Steve on so he can tell you his story,
Yeah.
and go from there. So, but Pauline says, can't wait for the live. Thanks for the info. Appreciate that. Fabio gave me got another thumbs up. Hello, Henry. I watch your videos whenever I get a chance. Keep doing it. Thank you very much there, Fabio. Appreciate it. AMZ Selling Info says, can you do the same with Jungle Scout? Yes, you can. You can use Jungle Scout. It's not a problem. I am an affiliate with Jungle Scout also, but honestly, I use both, but it takes a lot of research. You have to make sure that you are cross referencing your product, whether it's Jungle Scout, ASIN Inspector Pro, Helium 10, and then there's a few other ones I don't even want to mention out there because I don't use them, but there's other people that do, and I don't want to offend them. So, software is software, and the fact of the matter is, some of them is going to be better than others, but at the same time, you want to make sure that you do your research, and that's very, very important. That is almost important as you picking the right product. So,
Yeah.
all right, Steve, I think I've had you on long enough. I appreciate it. I thank you guys for coming on in. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to give me a thumbs up on that. I appreciate that. Also, that helps my videos get ranked a little bit better. And hit that notification bell. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe to my YouTube channel where there's going to be more trainings like this. I can't say this was a training. This wasn't training. This was just me talking, but I were going to have more trainings to where you guys get some free info. So, all right. Steve, hey, once again, I hope
Yeah.
you have a beautiful weekend up in Florida. We're going to see you soon. And
Yeah. Looking forward to it.
I got my tickets already for me and the family. So we are gonna head up there, and I appreciate that. And we're gonna be doing some live videos together also. I think that
Good.
would be good. So
Good.
we've been on for a little over an hour. Thank you guys for coming on. I appreciate that, and thanks you guys for sticking around. All right, Steve, we're gonna be signing off now. So
Okay.
all right, you have a good night.
You too.
All
Bye
right,
bye.
see you guys.
Night, everybody.
Good night.